Welcome in, quick hitters. Welcome in, Goodymo short crew. Super Saturday. USC and Colorado. What a game. Man, they could have got this game. They shot themselves in the foot. Once again, they clean that stuff up, man. They can compete with the best, or at least give them a good game down the stretch every game. I mean, penalties are killing them. We're not going to talk about the offensive line anymore because the offensive line, that's not going to get fixed anytime soon. So we just have to live with that. But man, the missed field goal was huge. Could have brought the score to 7-3. Missed field goal, blocked punt. That was huge. You take away that missed field goal and that blocked punt, you might be looking at a different ball game. It took them a while to get going. Coach Prime, I'm pretty sure, had to say a few words at halftime like he probably always does to motivate his team. But second half, totally different team. USC started getting penalties and making mistakes. Colorado started playing better football. But overall, man, this was a hell of a game. It was a missed opportunity. Great game. USC and Colorado, but they had their chances. High-scored game. They had their chances without the mistakes. They shot themselves in the foot. So you got to applaud this team because they could have laid down easily, but they fought and came back in the game and gave themselves an opportunity. Another thing I want to talk about is obviously the offensive coordinator. What is going on running the ball under 2 minutes left when you need to score twice to even try to win this game? And we're running the ball 2 times in a row in crunch time? I don't know the philosophy on that. They're going to have to look into that, but that didn't make any sense to me. You don't have any timeouts, but you're running the ball. Like I say, shot themselves in the foot. They act like they had all the time in the world. But we had some key guys to step up. Caleb Williams, Heisman Trophy candidate. Obviously, probably going to end up winning it. But this was just a hell of a game. I just hate it had to turn down like this. Yeah, it's good they got back in the game, but they probably could have won this game. You take away the mistakes. So it took Colorado until second half to really get going. And they had some heroes that showed up. We're going to take a look at this box score. But man, it was a missed opportunity to me. I mean, no need to bow your head. Applaud them and congratulate them because they could have easily laid down when this game was getting a little out of control. They fought back and pretty much scared them a little bit to try to make it a game after they missed that field goal of theirs. Got us right back into the mix, but we just took too long on an offensive possession. Just killing the clock ourselves. Getting into the offense seemed like it was no sense of urgency of them trying to hurry up and snap the ball. That still was going through their reads and trying to check out the defense, see what they want to get in. There's really no time for that. And then on top of that, you run the ball to hurt yourself even more. So I just don't understand it. But when this team gets back healthy, plug in a few more key guys moving forward, team can contend with anybody. They have the skill set. But man, this one was here for the taking. There's no doubt about that. Let's get into this box sheet. Start with USC, Caleb Williams. No shocker here. 30 for 40, 403 yards, 10 on average, 6 TD passes, and 1 interception. Unbelievable game by him. And yeah, he's pro level. There's no doubt about that. Head to head with Deion Sanders. He won that matchup. But Deion Sanders, I think if they would have came out in the first half like they did the second half, the numbers might have looked a little different. But he don't have the time to throw. I mean, he's on the scramble mode. I don't think he was going to beat Caleb Williams in the stats anyway. They're more together than Buffalo is, so you got to expect that a little bit. But yeah, Caleb Williams, outstanding game. Then he got some rushing game from Marshawn Lloyd. 13 carries for 84 yards, almost 7 on average for 1 touchdown. Caleb ran a little bit, only got 12 yards. Then Austin Jones, nothing at 3 and 6, nothing to talk about there. But in their receiving, Taj Washington, 8 catches for 117 yards, 14 on average and a touchdown. Brendan Rice, first time really watching this guy. Jerry Rice's son, 5 catches for 81 yards, 16.2 on average and 2 touchdown passes. Yeah, we got another Jerry on the loose. Can't wait to see him in the league and see what kind of career he can pave out for himself under his old man. Mario Williams, 3 catches, 53 yards, 17.7 on average and 1 touchdown. So they had a lot of guys mixing it up on the offensive end for us. Their receiving. Come down here. No fumbles, but Mason Cobb on defense, 13 tackles, 11 solo. He was in the mix. 2 tackles for loss. Bryson Shaw, 6 tackles, 5 solo. Christian Roland Wallace, 5 tackles, 5 solo. So that was in the mix. They were in the mix. Christian Roland Wallace, he got him the pick. The interception Shadur Sanders threw. So we'll go here real quick and check out Colorado. Shadur Sanders, like I said before, a lot of attempts. Didn't have a bad game. Like I say, it's hard to judge his games for us statistically because he's on the run. He's just trying to make stuff up on the go a lot of times. But he got 371 yards, almost 9 on average, 4 TD passes, and 1 interception. Told you second half they start picking it up a little bit, start moving. It was just a little too late. Got yourself in the hole, which happens with most teams. You try to come back late, just not enough time or enough energy. You kind of fizzle out. But they didn't help themselves, like I say, running that clock out and penalties, and then the offensive line, key third downs, you giving up sacks. So it's hard to win a ball game like that. As far as the running game, they finally got them a little running game today. Anthony Hankerson, 16 carries for 74 yards. He almost averaged 5 yards on average and 1 TD. Shadur Sanders, he scampered a little bit. Don't see him run often, but he did this. I think they made a focal point in him rushing this game because of the offensive line. I think maybe Deion or the offensive coordinator, somebody told him, do not sit back there with the ball too long. If you don't have that read, we want you to take off, pick up some yardage. Probably looked at some film from last game and see some gaps and holes they can take advantage of. And that's what I get out of him, rushing as much as he did. But it just wasn't enough. 14 carries for 50 yards, like I say, almost 4 on average and 1 touchdown run. Dylan Edwards, he shucked loose a little bit because he's been bogged down last couple of weeks, but he's able to get a little something going. It's nothing off the charts. 12 carries, 44 yards, 3.7 on average. Then Jimmy Horn had 1 carry for 19 yards, and Alton McCaskill as it slimmers down at the bottom. Marion Miller, what about this guy? New face, guy that wasn't really in the scene the last few weeks, pop up on the scene and give you 7 catches for 196 yards. They needed that because you get Travis Hunter back and get all this group going, very dangerous. Like I said, on this offensive end, man, if they had that offensive line with all these weapons, you talking about special things. But man, 28 on average and a touchdown. Big shots out to him for stepping up. Jimmy Crack Corn, and I don't care. Jimmy Horn Jr., 7 catches, 84 yards, 12 on average, 2 touchdowns. He does what he do every game. Gotta love him. That kid there is tough edge, tough nose, makes big play after big play all the time. And Michael Harrison, I even like this kid. He's been stepping up at least 1 or 2 plays each game, making it happen for him. 6 catches, 44 yards, 7.3 on average, 1 touchdown. The X-Man, Xavier Weaver, 7 catches, 29 yards, 4.1 on average. And Willie Gaines with his 1 and 9, and Anthony Hankerson with his 2 and 9. So they mixed it up a little bit in the passing game. But like I said, a lot of the stuff came in the second half. They just have to start faster, quit shooting themselves in the foot. Needed that field goal. Guy that punted the ball, I don't know what he was thinking with 5-10 steps, running sideways and kicking the guy already in his face. They have to fix that. No need to be running, taking that many steps to punt a football. That was crucial. They don't give up that. You could be looking at an overtime game. You could be looking at them having a better chance with more time on the clock, maybe at the end. Who knows? But these mistakes, they cost you, man, when it comes down to the wire. And then Colorado not having any timeouts on that last drive, that hurts. So they have to manage better, and they have to get rid of these penalties, these costly penalties on third down, giving up sacks on key third downs. They just can't do that. But like I say, they shot themselves in the foot. Without all of these mistakes and mishaps, the field goal, the punt, they put themselves in a better position against a powerhouse like USC. It was nothing like last week. This game was actually winnable. So that's why it hurt so bad, because it was there to get and they just didn't get it. But like I say, they showed heart, they fought back, and that's what you got to do when a game is out of hand. At least chop it down a little bit and leave with some pride. And they came close. They scared USC a little bit on this comeback. Roderick Ward, 9 tackles, 5 solo. Jordan Dominique, 6 tackles, 6 solo. Marion Cooper, 5 tackles, 5 solo. So had a lot of guys mixing it up a little bit. No double digits, but guys getting up there in the high, low numbers, trying to get through some tackles and mix it up. And another thing, a lot of key breakdowns on defense. Seems like that happens every week as well. You cannot give up big plays against USC. You take away those big plays, you're even better in this game. And I forgot to mention that. I mean, they're going to make plays, but don't give up one-shot touchdowns, stuff like that. Guy running the ball, he ended up going for 70, 80 yards. You want things like that to happen to your defense. Quarterback scrambling, he's slinging it, and next thing you know, he finds the guy going for a touchdown. Stuff like that you have to cover up. Stay in front of the football at all times. That should be very key in every ball game. Don't let nothing get behind you, especially with a quarterback like Caleb Williams. Because like they say, he's got a little Patrick Mahomes in him, and I can tell the way he got the trajectory of that ball slinging out when his body's going one way and he's slinging it back the next. He can throw the football, and he's very poised in that pocket when it's starting to collapse on him. He doesn't get rattled, and he just makes the proper throw, and he can hurt you on third down, third and long. So it's not yardage that they can't get while they have this guy at quarterback. Jalen Ellis, he got the interception for the Buffaloes. And that pretty much sums it up. I just wanted to come in on this Super Saturday, give a quick recap on this game, because it was there to be taken and they just didn't take it. But overall, good game, 48-41. Thursday night game. Yep, I lost that pick too. That's a bad start for the week, but we're going to see tomorrow with the other games coming in for Sunday. But yeah, man, I thought I was going to get that one and it didn't work out. The Packers didn't do it for me. It was all right. Them Detroit Lions, man, just when I decided to not pick them this week, they want to go out there and show out. That figures, don't it? But it's all right. We still got a lot of making up to do. So y'all enjoy y'all Super Saturday. Thanks for your time. This Goodymo Sports Quick Hits, and we out of here. And give props to them young men. They went out there and they fought. Looked real good. They just got to quit shooting themselves in the foot. All right? So, thanks for your time, and we out of here. Peace.